What does it actually take to be considered rich in America? Most people think they know the answer, but the real numbers might completely surprise you. The definition of wealth has quietly shifted over the past few years. Inflation, rising costs, and changing lifestyles have all moved the goalposts. What felt like making it in 2015 feels ordinary today. So let's break down exactly what the numbers say in 2026. A recent Charles Schwab survey asked Americans a simple question. How much money do you need to be considered wealthy? The average answer came back at $2.5 million in net worth. That number has actually climbed significantly from previous years. People are feeling the pressure of inflation in their everyday lives, and that pressure is changing how they think about financial security. It is not just about having money anymore, it is about having enough to feel truly protected from financial disaster. But here is where things get really interesting. Net worth is not the same thing as your income or your salary. Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. Your home equity, your investments, your savings, your car value. Then you subtract your mortgage, your student loans, your credit card debt. The number you are left with is your actual net worth. And for most American households, that number is smaller than people expect. The median net worth of an American household sits around $192,000 right now. That means half of all Americans have less than that amount. Half have more, but not dramatically more for most people. The average net worth looks much higher at around $1.06 million, but averages get pulled way up by billionaires and ultra-wealthy households. The median is the number that tells you the real story. And that story shows most Americans are far from wealthy by their own definition. Now let us talk about what different levels of net worth actually look like. If your net worth is between $100,000 and $500,000, you are doing better than most. You are in a comfortable position, but not yet financially free. You likely have some savings and maybe a home with equity, but unexpected expenses could still knock you off your financial path. This is the zone where a lot of middle-class Americans actually sit. It feels stable, but also fragile at the same time. Between $500,000 and $1 million is where things start to shift. You are now in the top 20% of American households by net worth. You have real financial cushion and serious momentum building. Retirement is starting to look like an actual possibility. You have options that most people simply do not have access to. But you are still not what most financial experts would call truly wealthy. You are building something solid, and that matters enormously. The $1 million mark is a psychological threshold for many Americans. Crossing into millionaire status feels like a major achievement, and it absolutely is. But here is the reality check nobody tells you up front. $1 million in 2026 does not go as far as it once did. If you retire with $1 million and follow the 4% rule, you withdraw $40,000 per year. In a city like San Francisco, New York, or Miami, that is not a comfortable retirement. Location completely changes what your net worth actually means for your life. Subscribe if you want more content breaking down real financial numbers like this. Now let us keep going because this is where the conversation gets even more eye-opening. Between $1 million and $3 million in net worth puts you in rare territory. You are now in roughly the top 10% of American households. You have real financial independence within reach depending on your lifestyle. Many financial planners consider $2 million the new retirement baseline. That gives you about $80,000 per year using the 4% withdrawal rule. That number works well in most mid-sized American cities and towns, but it still requires careful planning and smart investment decisions. $3 million to $10 million is where wealthy truly begins for most experts. At this level, you are in the top 2 to 3% nationally. You can live comfortably without working and not worry about most expenses. Your investments generate enough income to cover a quality lifestyle. You have the ability to help family members financially and give to causes. Wealth at this level creates real freedom of time, choice, and opportunity. This is the range where money stops being stressful and becomes a tool. Above $10 million is what financial professionals call high net worth territory. You now have access to investment opportunities most people never see. Private equity, hedge funds, and exclusive real estate deals open up. Your financial advisor team starts looking very different at this level. You are thinking about generational wealth, estate planning, and legacy building. The concerns shift from making money to protecting and growing it strategically. This is where wealth management becomes its own full-time discipline and focus. Ultra-high net worth begins at $30 million and above. There are approximately 180,000 households in America at this level. These are the people with private jets, multiple homes, and significant influence. Their money works harder in a single day than most people earn in years. The gap between this group and average Americans has been growing every decade. And understanding that gap helps explain a lot about how modern America actually operates. Knowledge is power when it comes to understanding financial systems. But here is a truth that the numbers alone cannot fully capture for you. Being rich is deeply relative depending on where you live in America. A net worth of $500,000 in rural Mississippi creates a very different life than in Manhattan. Cost of living varies dramatically between states, cities, and even neighborhoods. Someone earning $80,000 in Tulsa lives like someone earning $150,000 in Los Angeles. Geographic arbitrage is one of the most powerful and underused wealth strategies available. Moving to a lower cost area can instantly make you feel significantly wealthier overnight. Age also plays a massive role in how we should evaluate net worth levels. A 30-year-old with $200,000 in net worth is in excellent financial shape. A 55-year-old with the same amount needs to make some serious adjustments. Financial benchmarks by age give much more useful context than raw numbers alone. By age 35, most experts suggest having 1 times your salary saved. By 45, aim for 3 to 4 times your annual income in net worth. By 55, 6 to 7 times your income becomes the general target range. These are guideposts, not guarantees, but they help you measure real progress. Income plays a role too, but it is not the whole picture at all. Many high earners are actually cash poor because they spend everything they make. There is even a term for this phenomenon, and it is called being house poor, or car poor, or lifestyle poor. High income without savings and investing is just expensive poverty dressed up nicely. True wealth comes from the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap, invested consistently over time, is what actually builds lasting net worth. Watch this video to the end because there is one more piece most people overlook entirely. Debt is the silent destroyer of net worth in America today. The average American household carries about $104,000 in total debt right now. Student loans, auto loans, credit cards, and mortgages all chip away at your number. Every dollar of debt you eliminate is a dollar added to your actual net worth. Paying off high interest debt is one of the best guaranteed investment returns available. It is boring, but it is brutally effective for building real wealth over time. So what is the actual bottom line answer to today's big question? To feel wealthy in America in 2026, survey data points to $2.5 million. To be financially independent with a modest lifestyle, $2 million is the starting point. To be considered high net worth by financial industry standards, $10 million is the threshold. To be in the top 1% of Americans by net worth, you need about $11 million. And to be truly ultra wealthy with generational impact, $30 million and above defines that group. But here's the most important thing to walk away with today. Wealth is not a single number that applies equally to every single person. It is a combination of your net worth, your location, your age, your lifestyle needs. It is about having enough that money stops being a source of daily anxiety. It is about having options, freedom, and security for yourself and your family. The number you need to feel rich is personal, and only you can define it fully. But knowing what the data says helps you set real and meaningful targets for yourself. America's relationship with money is complicated, emotional, and constantly evolving over time. But the math behind wealth is actually quite clear and learnable for anyone. The people who understand these numbers make better decisions with their money every single day. And better decisions, made consistently, are what separate the financially free from everyone else. Start where you are, know your number, and keep moving forward with intention.